die?
And find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Hey guys, I need to come up with a new intro because that was my 1 year intro. So we're gonna change that soon, but I do like it. Okay. Hey, Butterfly Kisses, Colby, Red, and Sherry. Here, let's Colby. So which case are you guys talking about? Okay, let me see what you guys are talking about here because I am kind of behind. I was listening a little bit of Cam Alley's. Oh, yes, Selena. Thank you for that. Okay, so we'll talk about that real quick before we go on to that. Cam and his source, Don Wills is his source. I don't know what to think. I don't want to judge anybody on their opinions yet. I mean, it's hard for me not to because as far as everybody being all cool with Dawn and Candus and stuff, like, I don't know how I feel. But like I said, I mean, I've had him on here, so I mean, I will be cool with him, but I'm not gonna defend him. I will say what I know to be the truth, and that's it. I mean, I would love to think that, like we said so many times before, that Dawn doesn't have anything to do with it. You don't have sound? Okay. It's okay. Hey, Nanny of 3 and Kitty Cat. So, okay, here, while we're waiting, I can't really, I wish I could talk. Well, I really can't talk about because I have no idea really what's, actually, I'll pull up the one. I can't play this one because it has, screw it. I'll play it anyways. I don't care. So this is, I posted a couple videos that I'm sure some of you guys were kind of confused. Hey, Sweet Sativa. Hey, Krugs. Okay. So here I'm just going to show you a couple videos I uploaded. It has nothing to really do with true crime. I don't think this is going to be true crime related at all. It's going to be something totally different, but it's not going to be on this channel. I am going to have this person as a guest. So that's how you'll be introduced to them. And it's going to be like their grand opening of their YouTube channel. And they are freaking talented, guys. And I think we should help make him famous. I'm serious. This guy is insane. When he sent me his stuff, asking for my help, I was like, am I being punked? Because it seems like he should be like, I don't know, helping me. Which I guess in a way he is. So anyways, he, at the age of, I think he said, it's either, I'm getting two, I think it was either 42 or 36, and he's 47 now. He's 47 now. It's either at the age of 36 or 42, he found out he was ambidextrous. How do you say that word? Where you can use both both hands. And so that's what's so different about him. He's sitting there and it's crazy. Just watch this.
Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones, my album. Who is Mike Jones? My album. Who is Mike Jones? What's the outcome? That's a bind. It's too late for the couples now. What's the outcome? That's a bind. It's too late for the couples now. What's the outcome? That's a bind. It's too late for the couples now. What's the outcome? That's a bind. It's too late for the couples now. I keep that purple stuff in my cup. Diamond shine from Princess Cut. I stay on the grind, stacking buck. I'm major now, finna fuck it up. 20 phones when I roll up. Purple drink, gon' roll it up. Find a block, just throw it up. You claim a set, then throw it up. Like Lil Jon, I keep it crunk. Got beef with me, I'm about to trump. Like Pastor Trump, riding big to the club, blowing skunk. I'm Mike Jones and I'm on the ride. 84 smoking out of my ride. My name alone can't be denied. My name alone can't be denied. 281-330-8004. Get Mike Jones up on the low, cause Mike Jones about to blow. 281-330-8004. Get Mike Jones up on the low, cause Mike Jones about to blow. If you don't.
Yeah, that one's kind of a little bit blurry, but you'll just have to trust me that he's like really good. Like really, really, really good. Actually, I have one more I'm going to show you. So maybe it will be a little bit better. Because that one I was noticing, like, you couldn't even see what he was really drawing. So this one's cool. I'm like, he says that he doesn't like know what he's going to draw before he starts drawing. It just like his hands just go is what he claims. So here's another one. One more short clip. So he used to have a studio, or he has a studio. I don't know if he might still have it. He has a master's in art from Chicago. And he does all kinds of art with all kinds of different materials. I've seen pictures of him make sawdust into a lion with using like salt for the white, and I forget what he used for the black, but he was cleaning his shop and he was like, oh, let's make a lion. Or he also is contracted a lot to do work for like new restaurants opening up. He designs their whole restaurants, and oh my God, like the metal work, he does metal work. He welds. So he does not have a channel yet, but I'm waiting on him to send me his logo so I can get him the logo he wants to use. I can give you guys his Facebook. I'm having him on as a guest. But first, I want to make sure for sure which direction he's going with that. Let's see. I already told him. I already warned him. People might be trying to freaking contact him. Here he knows. Okay, so he hasn't even look, he only has 284 followers. Like, we need to help him out with that. Here, I need to like it. But really, actually, I don't even know. I don't think he's very active on this. And I will send the link. It's Mash Jones Studio if you want to follow. Because I'm going to have him on soon. And he is amazing. So, let's see. He made that into a lamp, I think. Oh, yeah, right here. Look at that. That's a chandelier. He hung that from the ceiling. Somebody's house. See how he uses his two hands there? It's crazy. Has no sound. I don't know exactly what they're doing there, but here's where they're hanging up that chandelier he designed. How cool is that? I don't understand how this guy's not famous. I just don't get it. I thought I was being punked. So I guess he's been pretty much he hasn't been really doing art the last few years that much, besides, I mean, like, not like he used to, I guess. Anyways, so I was messaged. Oh, here's the restaurants. Like I was telling you how he does the work. He did, he like did the metal work of the tables and the design and like the lighting. He did this metal work. He made that handle of that door for that new restaurant opening up. Anyways, I think you guys get the idea. Your mother was ambidextrous. I have a bit of myself, very good with my left hand. Yeah, I asked him kind of jokingly, but seriously. At the same time, I'm like, have you ever had your IQ tested? He's like, yeah. I was like, let me guess, you're pretty close to genius levels, aren't you? So, anyways, he does. I'm trying to get him to chop, hurry it up. So, I was over at listening to Cam and Allie's earlier, and I was kind of, wow. How, I don't know what to think. So many people are now in support of Dawn and Candus, I guess. What the hell? Sorry. I'm pulling it up.
Just a second.
Well, I don't see. I thought, wasn't Blowhorn? What's her name? Why do I always say it so wrong? Which live was it? What the heck? What is that? What the hell? Where's the interview where it was like Fizzle and it's like I lost the. Did he take it down? I know, but well, I don't know that actually, but jam, but probably 2 times a year will be his yearly income. What do you mean, Selena? I think when he designs and makes will cost a fortune. Well, no, he told me we're going to have some cool ideas, guys, and talk about, we've been in talks about giveaways, all kinds of stuff. And he's very spiritual, so born. Oh, it was MG. Well, no, they made up on MGL. Candus was on PG's. Really? Got porn bombed? Well, we need to, or does anybody want to come up and talk with me about what's going on? I guess I could drop a link. It might get, if I have to, I'll just, if I have to, I'll just drop people. I'm not dealing with it. BS, please. If you can be like halfway decent, then, and want to come up, that's cool. I don't know if anybody will want to yet, but maybe in a little bit. I will. I was kind of watching Molly Go Lightly. But I just heard, I wanted to see where they were all on the panel. I think it was on Cracking Cases. Pretty sure it was. I thought it was on that video, but community. Okay. Oh, you're so smart. Child. Let's check this out real quick.
Exposed a lot of things. Don Wells, his wife, and
No. I asked you a specific question. Don't do that. But I do want to see if possibly you can list what you feel like your list of accomplishments are in the pursuit to find the truth for Summer Wells.
Oh, sure. I'll be happy to. Not just Summer Wells, but let's take it a step back. Gabby Petito. Like
No. Just Summer.
No, shut the. If you want me to talk.
No. I asked you a specific question, which requires a specific answer. That's all.
Oh, I don't know what's going on there. I only watched a second of this, but I had a lot of you guys messaging me. Does he ever get into Marlena? Is there any info really that, if Dawn's really the source, though? I love Cam and Allie. I truly do. I really think that they're great people. So I apologize in advance. I just want to say to Cam and Allie and anybody else that's mentioned or I don't agree with tonight on this live. It doesn't mean I don't like you as a person. It's just, I don't, you know what I mean? Come on. So, and I think Cam and Allie knows that. Gosh, I understand why people are coming from, like, what evidence do you have that Dawn did it? But I mean, what evidence do we really have? I mean, we don't have any evidence that he really didn't do it either. The police have not, why have the police not cleared them? Or or at least Dawn, or I don't know. I don't think they could do just one of them. Then making up with San MGL, the fight was on Cracking K. Yeah. Oh, was he? Okay. Well, let me ask him if, I'm not going to play it enough where it's going to be strikeable, I don't think. But I don't think Cam would strike me. But I'll text him. Let's play it just a sec.
Oh, what about Don Wells?
Summer, what are your list of accomplishments in the pursuit of finding Summer Wells?
Sure. We exposed the fact that there were sexual indiscretions going on in that house. We have exposed the fact that there was walls not protecting a bathroom in which all children see. We exposed the fact that Don Wells, his wife, and all the people that were involved in this were in that home doing things that they shouldn't be. We also learned that Candus
Sorry, guys. Anyways, okay. So I remember hearing this part around this part is what I heard earlier. I agree. I agree with both of or the ones I've heard so far. Fizzle, Andra, and Cam in different ways. Because right now I don't agree with what Andra's saying as her, that's not, it doesn't tell us why Don's guilty or whatever. It just tells us that he's not a good person, or that allegedly he's not a good person, according to oh Jesus, that's hilarious. Sorry, I was just reading a text. But why hold on one second. Law enforcement have not left. Nothing is proven. I heard them talking about the essay and the allegations, and something about, I know Mary and Trish have come up recently in discussions, and some people, it's weird because you guys, I remember this whole thing coming out about one of the stepsisters having a child at 14 or something with their like a cousin or something like that, supposedly. I don't know, first, second, third, I have no idea. But see, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can use that as a comparison or really compare the two, because at the time, well, I guess it could, if she was an adult, she wasn't a willing participant with Dawn, was she? But it doesn't matter, because a kid they can't say yes anyways, right? She was sat BCOS, Dawn, BCOS, when he said he would be on hers. I don't know what BCOS is. Behind, I have no idea. Okay, maybe wants to tell me. She's upset because of, because Dawn was on cams when he said, well, I'm sure he's very leery, but you know what? We can't get mad at each other for, I've learned over on YouTube, you just gotta go for it, because nobody else is gonna watch out for you and make sure that, is it okay? Is it okay if I have Dawn on? Because I know he was supposed to go on yours, but unfortunately nobody does that around here. I mean, it's not really, it makes sense to me why Dawn would go on cams over Betty or Andra. I'm gonna say Andra. I I always think of Blowjob Betty every single time I freaking think of her name. Oh, speaking of Blowjob Betty, Too Short was in concert in Indy. I wish I would have known. Not that I've been able to go, but the charge from Utah and the Texas was not aware of Summer's case. Looks like Tiara failed to mention this. What? How were they not aware of Summer's case? This is, I mean, it is the same old song. It is. It's all, I mean, if we're talking about the same thing, all of it's the same old song. I mean, if you've been around here for a while in this community, I think you could see the cycle, how things like people, opinions change and alliances change. And it kind of like goes in a circle. Some of us like it also with the drama and the attacks, that also is another thing that it comes and goes. It always is going to come back. Even so, it's no reason to really even fight it because it's always going to be there. 2 nights ago, which one's that? Or what's it about? Let me
Hunter's first experience with a woman was with Candus. We heard that Don Wells took advantage of a woman on the couch. We have exposed a lot of things from abuse to sexual abuse to otherwise from that.
All right, hold on, Kim. So, Betty, my question is a list of accomplishments, not a list of accusations.
Oh, no, these are not a list of accusations. When you have people with firsthand knowledge that come forward and say these things have happened, those.
Unfortunately, I feel like Andra's preaching to the choir and she knows it. She has to know how things go here on YouTube. Like, when people's minds are set, it seems like in the community, they are just set. And if you don't completely agree, the other seems to get kind of, and I also think possibly this could have a little bit to do with the fact that maybe some people don't like Andra or vice versa. Oh, was she? Hopping from one platform, calling creators by phone or text on cracking cases to get their supporters to raise $10,000 to get the boys back. It's sickening. You know what? If law enforcement cleared them, I don't even know, though, even if law enforcement cleared them, how I feel about that whole situation. But, you know, hopefully the courts and everything just are taking care of it the way it needs to be taken care of and checked into everything. And I'm surprised. I don't know why or what they've even been doing the last several months. I don't know what Candus has been doing. I think she was just hanging out with friends, was he? Or wasn't she? Does anybody know for a fact now where she was staying? Well, we know that she stayed with that one friend that came on YouTube and that Dawn B passed. Is Dawn B still doing videos? Walter Cronkite. The house should be done by now. Okay. Dawn B's back. The link is pinned if anybody wants to come up and educate me on the ongoings of what's going on here. Justice Jane says, Don Wills and Candus Bly, tell us where Summer is, and we'll raise $10K for y'all sorry asses to get out of Tennessee. If they need money, they can sell their house. And like, hey, Jane and Pauline. No, we just started. I was kind of moving slow because I was hoping to hear back from Cam. I didn't want to play too much of their live if he's not really wanting people to right now. They need to hire another attorney. Oh, that's a good point, Rocky. Very good point. So that's what they're needing the $10K for, is an attorney? Why do they need an attorney? Are they going to try to reverse something or what? They already had an attorney. That makes me a little bit suspicious. Through this before, and they knew the magic number was 18 months. So was it 18 months, the magic number, as far as how long till they get the kids back? See, why was I thinking it was a year? Well, first of all, I was hearing 6 months, and then they probably could have had them back by now had they have done things correctly, immediately. But they would have had to have, really made some serious changes, but Jared from AWP was arrested so quick. Why not DW? Was he? Holy shit, you guys! See, I told you guys I've been gone. I've literally have not watched anything. I don't come on here. He got arrested since I've been gone and all. Are you serious? Did he really get arrested? I mean, I did hear about those. I had been looking into the accusations and stuff like that right before I got stopped YouTube for a little bit. Wow. Is he still in? Oh my gosh. See. Jared from. Oh, he was just arrested 2 days ago, though? What? See, I should have known this, but I guess I have. It says usually CPS gives a list of things they want people to do, classes, rehab, etc. They probably did not comply with the recommendations. Correct. Oh, booked out to. Did they even? What'd they do? Just OR him? Did they? Let's see. I guess I could look instead, but I have a bad habit of doing that. Okay. The founder of popular crime-solving YouTube channel Adventures with Purpose has been arrested on child R charges. Wow. Is he still going to be like is he still part of AWP? See, what's going to happen, this was a long time ago, and he might get lucky and somehow get out of this or get a slap on the hand, but there's going to probably be other people that come out. Because from what I was hearing, well, there was kind of some other people, rumblings of others. He is AWP? Well, they have a few people. Well, you're right. It's not a, I guess he would be the owner because it's not even a nonprofit. If it was a nonprofit, they could get rid of him, even if he was the founder. Which children's names? Oh, I don't think that's, we all know their names, but that's, anyways, it says, collected dedicated solving cold cases by conducting search and recovery dives, was booked into a Utah jail last week for the R of a child in the early 90s, according to jail records for the Sanpete County Sheriff's Office or Department. Happened in 1992 when the victim was 10 and he was 16 or 17. I wonder how that's going to work with him being underage. Pinned her to the ground and pulled her underwear down. Oh my gosh. The status and future of the Adventures with Purpose, or AWP channel, which has 2.8 million subscribers, is unclear. 2 weeks ago in the community post, the channel announced that Jared is stepping back in as team leader with a new crew. I don't know if I was somebody who was new in my career or life. I mean, you don't want this on your resume, really, or you don't want to really be associated with. Showed a video on his YouTube of Nick training the rest of the crew minus Doug. Yeah, I've seen, I think Selena is mods on other channels. Oh, isn't she? Okay. Let's get back to the wells. What information did he have on Marlena? Look at this. Did you guys see that? Did you guys just see that ad? Did you see that? What the hell? This is probably going to be the first time I ever in my life rewind a freaking ad on YouTube. Will it let me? Oh, it's not going to let me. Dang it. She literally just like farted in his face. That was so weird. What the heck? These things are getting weirder and weirder.
Abuse to otherwise from that home. We have
all right. Hold on, Kim. So, Betty, my question is a list of accomplishments, not a list of accusations.
Oh, no, these are not a list of accusations. When you have people with firsthand knowledge that come forward and say these things have happened, those are evidentiary value.
And how has it resulted in finding Summer, because she's still missing?
Because they've taken that poor child and dumped her somewhere. And
you don't know that, and you cannot prove that.
She has most likely been moved.
You don't know that. You cannot prove that. So you can't say that that is an accomplishment.
That is untrue.
That is not.
How do you,
Out
how,
of all of us that are sitting here in the chat, the only person that spoke to the actual detective is investigating these cases is us, me and the team.
That's
we have
not
that
true.
on documented
So
evidence.
Betty, if you're talking to firsthand source,
Well, I don't know though. With that, I don't know if talking to the detectives is like much of a, because they're not going to tell you anything. What else new are they really going to tell us? You know, getting information like that, you have to talk to people who haven't been spoke to before, names that come up. You have to talk to friends of friends and you know, you have to dig. You can't just go to the detectives because they're not going to tell you anything. I mean, and that's, I don't know. The enablers are, wasn't there a stipulation indeed that the property couldn't be sold? It had to be remain in the family. Oh, I do remember something like that, Walter. Up until a certain point, I think. Or wait, you're right. There was something like that. She probably was afraid her son would sell it for, you know, I don't know. I'm
and so are all the people.
Want to hear the
No. You've said your list. I disagree that it's accomplished nothing. You have accomplished nothing. No. Because
what's Fizzles and Andras? Do they not like each other? I think a lot of people just don't like Andrea because she's loud, you know, and she's very aggressive. And, you know, I saw somebody say earlier, I think it was Michelle D, like, that they didn't understand why so many people are now siding with Dawn and Candus. I tell you, the group think or whatever it's called, where it's a real like psychological thing, and it's very powerful that a group of people we're much more likely to go along with the group. A lot of people are, and it's very, very, I think people think that if a lot of people are saying it or whatever, or if a lot of people are defending Dawn and Candus now, then maybe there's a good reason. And I think some people just go along with it just because they want to be part of a community or something, or I'm not exactly sure. But I do know, I mean, my opinion on this has gone back and forth, so it hasn't stayed the same either. I mean, it's stayed the same pretty much, that I believe Dawn and Candus more than likely knows something. What, is Molly in here? I didn't see Molly. I haven't been, no, Brandy, I haven't watched too much YouTube at all, like the past several months. I'm actually catching up. You guys probably know more than me actually right now, so I'm just trying to catch up. Yeah, I know you have. Well, I know you've always. Yeah, you've always like said that you thought maybe Dawn was innocent, or you think he's innocent. I do know I've heard you say that before. I almost pulled out some old phone calls of Dawn and me, but I was like, that's just gonna ruffle feathers and get more people mad at me, because now it looks like, I mean, not that I care. Lots of hey, Fizzle, Dizzle, my nizzle. The Wells missed the money they got from the enablers, which we all know the hate channels is. Oh, here, let me Fizzle. Crazy chicken lady, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, your name is funny. Did you get that from the crazy cow lady because of that name? What happened to the cow lady? Well, I don't know if I wish Cam would message me back, because I don't want to sit here and just keep playing his video. I don't think he would care, but if I don't just like,
Just about every creator in this community has talked to people who have given firsthand knowledge. Yet Summer is still missing. Summer is still missing.
Accomplishments in solving
Summer is still missing.
So it's all on Bullhorn Betty. Yes, once again, nobody else takes responsibility on this channel other than Bullhorn Betty. What?
Hey, look, I'm going to mute you right now so you can hear, you freaking insane woman. Listen, you don't have any accomplishments. Everything you came out and said was straight speculation. You have nothing to back it up. Oh, you can flip somebody off. You're really good at that. You went off speculations into the Wells property. That was a lie. You spread misinformation after misinformation until it finally caught up to you. You didn't know where to search. Nobody wanted you there. You went into a church and filmed a little girl with a spy pen in a church. Robin, like, you had
I
to
did not
apologize
do that, Cam. Marissa did.
well, honestly, Fizzle, it's hard for me to say Fizzle. Oh, Fizzle, Penny, I have to talk to you. I talked to Jason Arnold's mom, and she really, like, she doesn't know anything about technology, and I was trying to direct her to how to play the video you did and everything, because she has not seen anything. She really, really wants creators to please look into Jason Arnold's missing, or, his murder and disappearance, because she feels like law enforcement is corrupt and blah, blah, blah. Yes, Fizzle, because I went and met her because his brother, guess what? And I'm glad to see you and it remind me. His brother is the one that saw Candus at the end of the driveway the day Summer went missing, which, by the way, we have now updated information. He says she was actually in her vehicle, not walking. So she pulled up. Chad was over, his name's Chad. He was over at Fred and Laura's. They weren't home. They were towing a vehicle or something. And according to him, I haven't talked to him directly yet still, but Laura relayed a message. Now, but I need to talk to, now I definitely need to talk to him, because now they're saying 4 to 4:30 that Candus was at the end of Fred's driveway. Which I was thinking it was 4:30 to 5 before. And then 4:30 to 5 is when Jody Sue was seen at the bottom of the driveway. Well, I have Suspect Brown saying in Discord. Suspect Brown. I was like sitting there trying to think, who's Suspect Brown? I was like, oh, duh. Don won't stay sober last 6 months. Maybe it's Candus. Oh, that's right. Or is somebody paying for a lawyer for him? And I guess, as far as when I said something about, or why doesn't it fizzle? Like, I mean, when somebody, I understand, like, I mean, she was being loud, and see, that's the thing. It's hard not to, she's so combative sometimes, and it's hard not to get upset. The jab is what? The jab is getting Dawn an attorney. Are you sure? The disrespect towards chasing. Oh, I didn't see that. I haven't seen this yet, Bet Girl. I'm seeing this for the first time. I haven't even heard Chasing talk. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Let's keep listening a little bit.
I had no part of that.
You were part of that.
Why? Because somebody else did it? So because if we were all accused of what people that we hung out with, can you imagine where all of our lives would be right now? And furthermore, what have each and every one of you guys have done? Penny just asked me a specific question, and I'm going to turn that around and ask you guys, what have you guys done in that same vein? What have each and every one of you guys done? When she asked me that, what have you guys have done?
There is absolutely nothing that I specifically have done that has accomplished the task of finding
Did you go
Summer.
out to Rogersville?
And I am not so big that I cannot admit that. There is nothing that I have done that has resulted. If you don't shut the entire fuck up and let me answer the question.
Little girl, you ain't got no fucking balls for Bullhorn Betty.
First of all, you asked me the question. I'm going to answer.
You guys are not worth my time. What are you at, Cam?
But you sure was sitting up in here, wasn't you? You was, wasn't you?
Viewers. Good luck with that. I just gave you the biggest boost of your career tonight. Fuck all of you. You guys don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. None of you guys have been out there except Cam and Chasing.
Okay. Now I see why. See, if I would have listened a little bit longer, I would have seen why. Because look, it's 333 in chat, guys. Oh my god, that's such a good sign. That's such a good sign. Okay. Yeah, but I know, and it's still ethereal, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you. I have been wondering about you. I have seriously been wondering about you. I'm not lying, but Jim passed away and stuff, and so I just didn't have the energy to really reach out to anybody. That was not morbid.
true.
No,
Fuck
listen.
you too. Go back to your fucking cunt share.
This lady,
Oh,
wow.
boy.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah, that's what.
So what was it you were trying to say about?
Oh, what I was gonna say is, she needs to humble herself a little bit. I don't that whole time. Oh, congratulations for the biggest boost of your channel. Catching up. Yeah, for sure, Ethel. What's going on? Let's see. I'm reading back. I don't understand what everybody's arguing about. I don't see, unless it's Don admitted to abusing his 5-year-old stepsister. Anyone who supports him supports us, in my opinion. Zigzag. Hey, Peachy. Yeah, no, Cam and Allie are freaking they're doing so good. That's why they get attacked so much, I'm telling you. Because right now, well, at least I can't say it because I haven't watched much, but it does seem like their channel's doing really well right now. Yeah, I guess I should have watched from the beginning, Fizzle, when she first came on, because then I would have probably understood more. I just was kind of pulling it up because I had listened to just like a minute of it, and I was curious what happened, but I kind of started in the middle. Yes, I'm under the influence. How have they found some?
Marlena, because that's what we came for.
I have
Exactly.
no idea what even just happened.
I knew that was. I wanted to prove a point and let everyone see that's what that one is right there. That's what, because I knew that's how that would go. And that's the person. Everything I listed, she did. She lied about multiple things, and then she bailed out.
That's a mess.
That
was a mess.
She did. She lied.
Over.
I mean, the truth of it is there's nothing that anybody has done that has accomplished the task of bringing Summer home. And that is what everybody claims to be here for. Everybody, whether they do it differently or not, that's what everybody's intention is. Yet, where is she? So what have you achieved? The answer is nothing.
I will honestly say I haven't achieved shit, but I will.
Okay, so I see. I think I don't know. I just get the feeling, I could be completely wrong, and she's in the chat, so we could ask her, but I think how aggressive she comes off, Andra, and how loud she is, and how kind of brags. It doesn't seem very humble. It kind of rubs people the wrong way. And so I can see why somebody would be like, well, what have you done? You know, because if you're going to come in with like a high and mighty attitude or whatever, sometimes that's going to. But I do understand at the same time, like some of the things Andra's saying, some of them, at the very, when we first started, but then she just kind of, it's hard though. I mean, I'm sure she feels attacked, but It does seem to be how she handles things. The camera post show the video proving BHB wrong. Who kissed and made up on MGL? Yeah, creativity or Denise, yes. Hi, by the way. Honesty of these people is astounding. If they only had the same amount of integrity, respect, knowledge, we could make a difference in the right way. Well, when you have, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, Penny. I mean, I guess I should say that's not the right word to use, but like, she felt attacked. I said she felt attacked. I don't think she was getting attacked at all, but I think she felt attacked because I don't think she had any support up there, did she? I think she said she's pretty much out of her territory there. Does he get into Marlena at all?
Involved with YouTubers, right? So in this case, you know, when Dawn was gone, things were quiet and people were able to kind of work and just, you know, do what they could. I prayed he would not come back to YouTube, but this is where his daughter's case is being spoken about, right? So where is he going to be? He's going to be here because it's his child. So that's the hard part.
After what he told me, how they did him while he was locked up, 23-hour lockdown, took all his mail. He was not, you know, and was, you know, trying to break him. And he said there was nothing there for them to break. I was like, you know, that's got to be rough. And I'm sure that a weaker person would break. There's too much things going in favor that I will fight for. I believe that there is more evidence pointing towards others than them.
I mean, you know.
Okay, I have to say I do agree with that. Well, I'm just talking about Dawn. Oh gosh, I agree with that. Oh, and then I think of something and I'm like, I don't know. Because lots of us is going to Dolly. There is like evidence, and it's not really evidence, right? Because none of we don't know for certain. We don't have very many facts. If we're going to stick to, and you know, that's what's important, but unfortunately we don't have very many facts, and that's what's kind of kept us speculating. But we do know, according to Laura and Fred, and I think that was the only witnesses. For some reason I was thinking maybe one more. Saw Dawn give Andy money the night Summer went missing. I don't know, guys. That's just really strange to me. I mean, would your first thought when you get home after your child is missing be, oh, let me pay back Andy for whatever? I don't think that would be on my mind. That's just really strange. I don't know. but it doesn't mean he's guilty. It's not proof. So that's one thing. But there is definitely much more proof towards not proof, but more. Andy and Jody Sue definitely seem more sus, in my opinion, than Dawn, at least. I'm not gonna say Candus, but it is hearsay. But the thing is, it is hearsay, but I don't have any reason not to believe them, though, because I mean, you guys might. I'm just going by my experience and how they've haven't lied to me in the past and everything. So I believe Fred and them until I find something that they straight out lie about. Hey, Birdie. Yeah, Fizzle's the peacemaker. You should be a mediator, Fizzle. Hey, flying doves. Who came up in the room? Our liars who lies make up stories and starts drama in the middle of a missing child's case. It makes completely no sense to me, especially the parents of that said child. Okay, well, we could take a secret poll. I guess I really wish I would have got a text back from Cam. Yeah, that's true, Fizzle. I understand. I know that it's, well, I mean, I'm not saying that it's true that you handle yourself pretty well. You handle yourself pretty well, but I see what you mean. You couldn't say some of those things if you were actually in a professional environment or whatever. But you do. It's almost like almost like your purpose in life is to bring peace, because it always just seems like you're trying to bring people together. I don't think he would, but I just am trying to be respectful. Can it sit on their last string? But and if he did, and I lost my channel, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, if that happens. I don't think so. Let's see. Candace sent on that live stream, we should tell them the truth when they were drunk. And Don wouldn't let her, so now we know they lied to us. Let's be on. Are they trying to protect Marlena and working with her? Oh, has she been talking to Marlena? I know, right, Fizzle? It's not. I know. You just have to accept it. Either you have to accept it or you just, if you want to continue doing YouTube or if you want to come on YouTube and enjoy the streams and stuff, really, unfortunately, it really does no good in trying to get talk sense into some people. But Bertie, he said he thinks something happened at the swimming pond. And now, man, I don't know, maybe, because, Tiffany brought up something that was kind of interesting, and I don't know about Ansley Daniels and how she's not taking into account, or they don't use that video that was supposedly Summer on the way home in the back by the milk. She acted like she didn't know about that video, that she knew about a picture. But it makes me wonder if there's a reason behind that. Beyond, I mean, more than, maybe I'm just looking in too much, like we all tend to do with these cases. Hey, Keith. Are people being rude to Fizzle? Oh, yay. Thank you, Peachy. If there was a gag order, you can't violate a gag order using a third person, can you? Oh, you're right, that girl. Yeah, I'm sure that's stipulated on there, but it's like, you know, they would have to prove it. None of MSM do. Don can't help himself, though. He got caught up on cracking cases. Oh, did he? Theory why they don't use the video is either because it was from a different day, yeah, or she appeared to be sleeping unwell and can't prove live. I would bet it's the first one. Or wait. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Birdie. I didn't even think that maybe they can't prove that she was alive in that video, so... Oh. Because... Yeah, that makes sense, because if she's sleeping, how are we going to... And if it has to be proof, so that makes complete sense, actually, that the video can't be used as proof of her coming home alive because, well, she was sleeping, or she looks to be, and can we prove that she was actually alive in that photo, or can they? I don't know. Maybe they can. I never been one that really thought that she was deceased in that photo, or really thought, you know, looked too much into that, but that could very well be why they don't use that video. And or like you said, it was a different day. But see, that's what I was thinking at first. Maybe it was really a different day. And if it was a different day, wouldn't they see that kind of sus that Candus is turning in a video from a different day? And she doesn't call 911 for, well, allegedly, because I know it's not proven yet, but it seems as if, to me, I'll just say, because in my opinion, it seems as if she didn't call 911 for at the very least, 2.5 hours. Very least. I think actually it's more, but, and that's just not normal. But that's if we can prove that Candus was actually out looking for Summer at 4 to 4:30. Not a natural way for sleeping. From the data on the video. The video was sent to a creator and not pulled from Candus's phone. Oh. Evidence throughout. Yeah, they could, I mean, they could clean the place up. I think the mess is like the very least of the worries there. I mean, that freaking hole in the ground or whatever is dangerous, but you know, they're all old enough to, it's fine. But I just don't feel they're ready, but that's just my opinion right now. But if they, I wonder if you guys think it's possible, are they able to wait for that or stall for the outcome on Summer Wells? I wouldn't think so, right? She hasn't been charged. Yeah. You think she would have got arrested in the beginning for at least child neglect? Yeah.
Wait, the nail clippers. Her nails are like so freaking long.
Hold on.
Like,
Sorry, guys. Oh, really? Miss Christine. Okay, well, let's check it out because I need a video to watch. Because I don't want to watch all that or a bunch of it. If can the mods share cracking cases? Mink, and I also will here in a second. And then this one is Miss Christine 555. Here, let me see. Channel. Why is it not? Let me see. Did I misspell something? I don't know. Who is this? Amanda. Not that. Sorry, I was just looking at. Are you talking about this? I'm guessing this video. Looks like I've already started watching it.
Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and North Carolina assisting in these search efforts. Numerous specialized search and rescue.
This is super long, though. Is there a timestamp I should start at? Hey, you rang. And McBro. Rose. Kira. Or is this something that needs to be watched the whole way? What they do pretty much make a whole timeline of everything that's come out in a row. Or did she? This channel has never been monetized, anyways.
I've never found this truck. But it could have been the one where his dad works. They might have took that truck over there in prison as out on parole. And I mentioned all that to him. You know, I supposedly searched all them. But he probably, he could have, I don't know. When you got them kind of connections and you hang around with druggies, and they're into all these, criminal activities, you can basically make a lot of stuff happen if you wanted to. Right. And stealing somebody's little girl is probably not too far-fetched.
And then, of course, somebody said they spotted a truck parked here somewhere. We don't know. I didn't see it. That's just what somebody said. But so hopefully that helps y'all.
I have no idea. Somebody said that they seen it parked in our driveway when Summer got gone. So it's just an eyewitness account.
Now,
but that
at the bottom of the hill or the top of the hill?
in our driveway at the bottom.
When I was leaving for work that morning, there was a guy at the bottom of my driveway wanting me to pull start his four-wheel. When I was leaving for work that morning, there was a guy at the bottom of my driveway wanting me to pull start his four-wheeler. And then the police showed up, and he asked if I could go ahead and pull it over to his truck. So, and the policeman said, "Yeah, Mr. Wells just pulled over there, you know." And so I did. And when we got there, I seen the truck on the bank of the ditch there, high centered, and I asked the officer, "Can I take some pictures?" He said, "No problem, Mr. Wells, go ahead." And he started asking him for paperwork. And when I went to the side of the truck to take a picture of some woman stuck her head out there, there was a woman in that truck. And she looked like she hadn't combed her hair for like 2 months. I don't know, but she just laid back down in there and covered up. But.
So the police were there June 15th.
Okay, so yeah, that being a red truck, it does look like the Yes, I will put the video. I'll put the video in the description and in the. This one's for our current Miss Christine. I forget the whole story about the whole June 15th thing, but or about the what he's talking about with the red truck, but. Is he really saying that there was somebody else on the road that day in a four-wheeler? I forgot so much. So this video was really great, and this must have taken her freaking forever if she put stuff in order and stuff. His pictures of the truck incident has a date on it, and it shows it was not the day Summer went missing. Donald admitted that he lied about the day after he was busted out. Why? Why did he do that? What? That's weird. Why would somebody lie about that? And then this person, so the whole four-wheeler incident true then? Or is that's a lie also? Because, well, I mean, they were with the truck, right? But that's crazy. I mean, it's hard to believe that there was another person, because you go out to Ben Hill Road, any of you guys have been out there, there is nobody ever out there. You never pass freaking anybody. You don't see people walking on the road. And it's so weird to hear, oh, well, Candus was taking a walk and Jody Sue was at the end of the driveway. There was a guy down at the bottom and a four-wheeler broke down. What? Oh, Andy was on the road all the way at the end of Ben Hill at 3:30 to 4. And so was a truck before him. All the way at the end. Nobody goes down there. So weird. He never said it was that day. She is asking about the photos specifically. It was a couple weeks later. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I remember that a couple weeks later though. Hey, Sheba. Okay, well, let's just play a little bit longer.
Early in the morning, then.
Yeah. Yeah, they just showed up because somebody else had called the law.
Jose. Oh, Jose was your ex-boyfriend. I did
Well,
not know
see,
that.
he came up with Hunter's father, so they were all going to stay up to Candus's.
And me and him, we started clicking and
So what?
Together. Wait a minute, and they got
we got
together.
together. So Candus was drunk and jealous and started being all over him. And I'm like, you know what?
No, you and her had an argument.
Yes.
Yeah. You come home, and His Royal Highness stayed up there with your kids. Yes. And we went to bring the kids back. Sheriff.
Yeah, I had to call the sheriff's department to go up there and get my kids because that morning she threatened to blow my head off.
That he would use once in a while when he had to go long distances. They had a ladder rack on it, you know. But those were like the long distance trips, you know. Like it would take him an hour or two just to get there, and it wasn't something that was an everyday job. It was like a call up. I need to go there and do this real quick, and then come back. Then he would drive to like pick up.
I don't know. At first, when I first glanced, I thought it looked like a shadow to me, but it does. The way this picture, that does actually look like. Also, I do remember a story that of possibly she had on nail polish, or it was coming off.
He drove that right now.
He drove a little red truck.
A little red pickup truck, and it had a ladder on it. And I remember one time they had a ladder on it that I argued with him because, I don't believe it was his truck. I think it was maybe the truck from his boss or, something that he borrowed from someone that he could use right away and then bring back,
Everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry I forgot to mute, but please make sure you go give this girl a follow because she really had to have spent a lot of time on this. She even spoke of the vehicle sounding like a scream with the brakes or something. Yeah, that whole thing. Jody Sue is definitely sus AF. She's the number one sus. This is Miss Christine 5555. I just put the link in the video or a link in the chat, but I'll edit the description because you think it was altered? Yeah, I think so too, because I don't remember it being so noticeable like that. Because when at first I was gonna say, oh, I think that's really just a shadow. And then when I scrolled in, it's like, why does that look? I've never seen it look so obvious before. Like it looked. I thought, well, maybe that is something, but. Dress up a boy. The backseat outfit, Candus said she bought it at a yard sale earlier, and Candus said she bought it. Yeah, I wonder if they ever proved that outfit was bought at a yard sale. I wonder if they talked to the people who she got the items from. I know. Is anybody real anymore? Exactly. WTF. I don't know if I heard it on here. Did you guys? There is, I think, isn't Sherfy selling his house? The first house when you come in on Ben Hill on the left, the one on the corner, I think, where the underage boy lived that Marlena accused Candus of having an inappropriate relationship with. I think that house is for sale. Can anybody confirm?
No, and it's got to be a predator. Only a predator would come here and take our daughter. This is not going to be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. 90% of the time when someone takes a little girl or whatever, or boy even, 90% of the time it's because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody has hurt her, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her, probably killed her. Let's be realistic. This ain't gonna be good. And because of all the pressure, YouTube and
I don't know. I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, but I have to admit that bothers me. I don't know if he's talking to me in this call, or somebody else. We'll probably hear in a second, but it really, he said a similar thing to me. If this is not me, he said something very similar on one of our calls. And I think that the graphicness, like, would you think about if it was your child, would you be able to sit there and be like, she's probably been beat the fuck out of? And I don't know, guys, I don't know. I can't even listen to recordings of, Jim, or and it being your own child saying, I don't know. Okay. But he said it, though, several times. He said stuff like this several times, just like he said that he's seen children being, traded for drugs and stuff, and crack hotels, motels.
the TV shows and everything else, they probably wanted to get rid of the evidence and they probably killed her. I mean, let's be realistic.
We were kind of hyper alert because of property things that had happened.
I want to say just real quick in his defense, he could possibly just be, I don't know when that was, but he could just be being, like he said, realistic and, just come to an acceptance that she's gone, that way. I mean, I don't know. Never had a missing child, but I can't imagine saying something like that, but.
The day before, so we were listening for noise. Everything was kind of quiet.
The sale brought a plethora of people to their door, confused about which piece of land was for sale, leading to a dispute of property lines.
While we were out at one point doing survey lines, and there was a flash of a car that went up Candus and Donnie's driveway. Something about it struck me wrong.
She and her family next heard a truck door slamming and dismissed it as their neighbors. The next sound was harder to justify. About an hour and a half before Summer is thought to go missing, Jody Sue, her son, and her daughter heard something far more suspicious. A scream.
Stopped all three of us cold.
Her daughter was the first to go to the cabin door. Then all three were there listening still.
We heard just this kind of shrill, almost animalistic scream.
Animalistic, but not an animal.
Knew it was, wrong. It wasn't a dog. It wasn't an animal.
That vigilance kicking into overdrive. Jody Sue and her son went out to look for the source of the scream.
My son and I decided to go out, look and see what we could see. We went back onto the bank. Didn't see anything. Didn't hear anything.
They went on with their evening. The kids returned to being kids. Jody Sue headed down her driveway around 6 to tend to flowers.
And at this point, I start hearing Candus hollering for Summer. And then my brain immediately went, scream earlier, this, uh-oh.
Jody Sue was the first to hear those calls and the first to join the search for Summer.
I dropped my purse. I tried to yell up at Candus. I was like, I'm looking, and I started looking.
Jody Sue searched one side of a creek, Summer's brothers the opposite side.
And you gave statements to the police, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Jody Sue had been interviewed many times by investigators, bringing up the scream often. But the sheriff doesn't believe the scream is related to the disappearance of Summer Wells.
She's been interviewed numerous times by not only my agency, but the TBI and FBI, and we don't find anything with that complaint or information related to this.
Now, authorities are looking for the driver of a red Toyota Tacoma that was in the area around the time Summer went missing, and stressing that this person is a potential witness.
Statewide Amber Alert. She was last seen outside of her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road. She was last seen outside of her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road, which is located in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County. A family member reported her missing to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at approximately 6:30 Tuesday evening. At the time she went missing, Summer was reportedly wearing a gray pants and a pink shirt. She is believed to be barefoot. We do want to encourage the public, especially residents living in the area of Ben Hill Road, to check any trail cameras or security cameras that they might have that could have captured Summer on video or in
minute that she wasn't with us any longer in the box. So that was really depressing,
Yeah, up to work, yes.
How far away do you work? Going there a number of agents. Candus come pulling in the driveway. I run out to the truck to get Summer, and I forgot for a minute that she wasn't with us any longer in the box. So that was really depressing, Going there a number of agents. Candus come pulling in the driveway. I run out to the truck to get Summer, and I forgot for a minute that she wasn't with us any longer in the box. So that was really depressing.
I don't know when that was, but I wouldn't. I don't think that doesn't set off any alarms for me. But as far as him saying with us any longer, he was saying that to Ziggy because he just got her daughter back. Maybe it was misconstrued. I think that it is possible that Dawn in that call could have been talking to me because I had talking about me in that one statement. Because I had talked to him about the fact that my daughter, because I was trying to relate to him in some way, to make him more comfortable. And it's important that when you talk to people like witnesses or suspects, that you make them feel, I don't know, they'll talk more, open up to you if you aren't judgmental and you can relate. So I talked to him about how Caitlin lived with my mom from, I didn't tell him exactly when or how long. I don't think I've ever really said that on here, but she's been with me for the last few years. And I had told him that, and it's possible that he could have Because when he was like, what would you do if your daughter that you just got back, you know? So he probably was talking about me at that point. But that's also, I don't know, isn't that the same call, though, that he was talking about a 12-year-old's body? So, oh, God. Well, yeah, Andy, and I think it's important. I made sure, I told people right away that he could have been talking about me, because I think it's, even though I knew it would give people fuel to talk crap about me, because not everybody knew that. I mean, I've talked about it before, but not everybody could watch it. It's not a big deal. I don't care. It's fine. I feel like it's easier to me. I feel like if you're transparent and relatable, then and humble, people will attract to you more, because they don't feel, I don't know. A lot of times people on social media come off better than, because they're, putting on some kind of fake character or facade. But I want people to know, like, I'm just like anybody else, all you guys, made dumb choices and mistakes too. So yes, and I let people know, I think it's possible he could have been talking about me. But when I first heard that, when I played it the first time, though, when I heard it back, I was like, oh my God, what? And I was like, oh, wait, could he be talking about me? No, it's important, Andy, even if it's not against me. It's the truth is the truth. I don't mind anybody saying that if it's the absolute truth. I don't, about my life, it's fine. But I just don't like lies spread. It's okay if it's the truth. It's whatever. What is Pam? Oh, hey, Pam. Yeah, that is true. Sometimes that is it is very, very true. Our minds are very powerful, and power of suggestion, power of suggestion just by our own minds, will make us hear things, or hear things that we want to hear. Just like how I was doing those spirit boxes and stuff. I wanted, I want to hear that there is an afterlife or whatever. And so, but sometimes with like something like that, or that's just an example with anything in life, you'll hear things that, you'll change. It could be like, oh, did they just say my name? The clip of him probably cursed. I'm sure somebody else does. I could search for it, where he says that here, I'll continue this. I'll try to find a clip. But it's not important because he's talking about me.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
How far away do you work from? Well, it depends. I might do a house in West Virginia somewhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Or it might be anywhere. My next house is coming up, in Boone's Creek up here.
When the incident with Summer happened, when Summer disappeared, where were you working that?
Let's see. I was in Jonesboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jonesboro, which?
Yeah, Jonesboro.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know this area very well.
Yeah.
How far away is that from home?
Well, it takes 45 minutes to get from there to my house.
Okay.
And so up 81 all the way, and that's where I was working. And previous to the day someone come up missing, I fired the guy because he was extremely out there. And he's talked, I guess pretty well, but.
Something about the boys saying where y'all going? We're carrying Summer out the house down to Candus. She was head down on his shoulder, carried her out and left. He even said anything was ever going to happen, it was going to be on Candus's watch.
So he knew. He knew that she was.
My wife and I talked about that, and I really believe, I don't know my wife thinks, but I really believe that Summer got hurt, and fell and killed herself. That was a dangerous house. And for her to have to say she came out and screamed. Why did you scream? What did you see that you had to scream?
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that Summer lost her life on that property that day or at that property. Because I feel like there would be some kind of evidence, like something left behind. What do you guys think? Yeah, but Orla, why would that be something he thinks of? Unless Andy brought it up, Orla, but I guess Andy could have. That would be a highly insensitive time to be like, hey, dude, you have my money? I know your daughter just went missing, but you have the money you owe me? Very insensitive, but I suppose there's people that do it.
So you believe Jody Sue when she said she heard that scream?
Yeah, I did. I believe that she saw her daughter dead, and it was an accident. So we had to work until 9 o'clock because he had child care services coming to his house.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
And I'm like, why do you have child care services coming to your house?
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't be there, so I was already like, oh shit in my head now. The problem is Don Wells and Candace Wells knows what happened to Summer Wells. So I personally believe the accident happened on Monday or possibly Sunday night or Monday. Because that's the day I saw him went to work, and when I seen him, I've never seen Don this way before. He had this look on his face like something really bad happened.
So she went missing on that 15th when you say the Monday.
That's the 14th. The 4th the day I got fired that evening. That's the day he said, well, he was talking about having everybody at the job and stuff. Tuesday, the day Summer come missing, I believe is what I heard. Richard Tucker and all of them. But that was Monday, not Tuesday. So to me, I'm like, why is he lying about the date? He was supposed to go work Sunday. He didn't show up. I worked Saturday. And Monday I go in and he's sitting on the tub, like head down and just distraught. And I'm like, this ain't good. At the job site.
What job site was that?
Subdivision, and it was right behind the BP gas station. Got to be like Fall Branch or no, it wasn't Bluff City. It was close.
What month was that? June of last year.
Backing up and somebody here, and I mean, for a little bitty bump, but Grambo had to get ambulance to the hospital.
I'm just fast forwarding through this because I don't know. I've never really been too interested in Dudley Jean's interview. I was at the beginning because I wanted to hear what he had to say, but after the first time, I was like, there was really, I would love to talk. I would talk to him, but I think there's some things that he's been proven not being honest about, hasn't he? Did Jody Sue know Dudley? Are you buffering? Sketchy as Brad. I told them what they thought I wanted to hear. He was getting free dinner and drinks. Yeah, it is weird though that Dawn, well, maybe, it just seems maybe Dawn truly did believe the people he mentioned were suspects, maybe I kind of have a hard time believing that with some of them, but now I did talk to Haskell. So I've met Haskell, I've met Fred Hill, I've met Dawn and Candus. I'm talking about ones I've met in person, and I'm trying to think. Haskell. I've heard some stories about him from people, so I mean, I can see Dawn naming him. I haven't heard any stories about children though with him. And he is an alcoholic, but he was very nice. He didn't do anything disrespectful to me, and I was in the vehicle with him for a long time, just me and him. And I mean, he was like 100 pounds soaking wet, 60 some years old, it looked like. Or my apologies if he hears this and he's like way younger, I will feel bad, but I don't know how I don't even feel like he could pick up a child that was kicking, and I don't even know if he could pick her up if she was willing. Dad lived in Churchill and had been in trouble for some serious stuff. I don't even know if that's, oh, really? Hey, Laura. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you just said there's nothing to it but to do it, right? Laura, you just have to go for it. I think Don was too worried about getting caught for all his other shenanigans, but could have been lied to by Candus. At least I think Don was too worried about getting caught. He could have been lied to by Candus. Very, very, I mean, we're talking about a very serious crime. Usually you would think that we would know if our spouse did something, or have some kind of gut feeling that they were involved. You would think, but Don, I've never heard him waver in his opinion of Candus being involved, which I don't know I don't know. But maybe he truly doesn't believe she could be involved, but it's just so hard to believe that you could live with somebody that long and not know, but it definitely is possible. I mean, it's a very serious thing, and it's somebody's life on the line, their freedom on the line. So, maybe somebody is able to hide it much better than other secrets they've had. He has 7 alibis and Candus has none. Right, Laura? Yeah. But alibi is just, and then he said, "You're going down." But people say things when they're mad, and I know that they are quite toxic together, especially when they're drinking. and say hateful things to each other. So it seems to be the norm. They probably say all kinds of horrible stuff to each other. I would love to be a fly on that wall when they think nobody's around. I mean, I don't, not during all the times, but during their conversations. I don't want to see anything weird. Drunk Don did, and when we were drunk, we tell the truth. I have some yeah, he got very comfortable with his talk when he was drunk. And that's another thing. So I do feel like he has empathy. Not sure who this is, but I'll add him. Not sure who. We will see. Hello? Misty? Tennessee Mountain. Who do we have here? Oh, no. Oh, great. We can't hear you, though. Just to let you know, it says you're muted. Oh, good thing we didn't put them on there. Wow, that's a big one. I'm too smart for these people now. I mean, come on. Somebody I've never seen before randomly pop up when we have nobody else up on the panel. I know it's hard for me to really. Candus, she does not have. Well, there's no proof, but in my opinion, Candus does not have empathy. Yep, got me. Except not completely, because they didn't, I wasn't. The person, though, was too embarrassed to show their own, so they had to show some other man's junk. So they must be very insecure about their manhood.
So she was trying to get some pain pills. Don was making a joke about it, but I talked to someone right there, and Don gave it a phone, said, "Here, talk to Dudley." And I asked her what happened. She said, "Oh, we got in a car wreck. He hit Grandma." Huh? He talked about meth every day.
Every day.
Every day he talked about meth. And I said, "Jesse," I said, "Where's Don?" He said, "He's skimming the house." I said, "He's skimming the house when his daughter's missing?" I said, "There's something wrong with that." That's a Jonesboro, though. Jonesboro.
So he was at that location the day Summer was reported missing.
Yeah.
Was the boys with him?
You don't know if they didn't understand why he was going to work when his daughter's missing. That's what I didn't get.
I mean, the day after Summer come up missing, he called my boss and he was crying and saying some really oddball things. My boss has a really good memory, so he remembered every word of it.
Like what was he saying?
Like, my kids, let's see, the hills have eyes. I got too close to that family. What was the others? I got too close, and my kids can't see me in the back of a police car again. Well, yeah, I had him come to my house and park his vehicle so that we could ride together all the way out past Chucky, way out there somewhere, past the airport, way out there in the farmlands. Way out there, yeah. So we rode together way out there and done a little house and rode back. But, I just noticed he started getting irritated and just every little thing, this.
You know what? I actually would like to talk to Don. I have a question for him. I want to ask him about Playboy. I want to ask him, who is Playboy? You guys remember that story? The person got a hold of me and said that they had a friend who was formerly a streetwalker. I'm trying to think how to nicely say it. Well, wouldn't even be a streetwalker because it was actually at a motel that supposedly Dawn used to frequent regularly near Knoxville, on the outskirts of Knoxville. And the person said that the guy that Dawn would get stuff off of went by Playboy, and that, yeah, I'd like to ask him about that. Maybe it was Dawn that sent you that, Weenie. I didn't really pay attention too much. Or I want to ask him also about the girl. Did he give a girl a ride home? You know, let's see if we can get him to admit any of it as true. I don't know. It could be complete bullshit. That's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, if you guys heard that phone call, I forget who. I don't know if they figure out who it was. I think it was Benny on the phone call, and some couple or whatever came up with this horrible story about what happened to Summer in graphic detail, and it was a complete lie. So there are people definitely capable of straight out lies just because, I don't know, they just somehow some people just don't have much care or concern for others and what effect things have on their life. I'm not saying that they're guilty, but I'm just saying my opinion. Oh yeah, she's not home. That's why we're talking about. Yeah, I heard he was in the chats last night. The media area. Okay, so this is between Ziggy Valero, who, by the way, sent me the most horrible messages, like disgusting and horrible messages when Jim passed away. But never sent anything because, anyways. That was Ziggy Valero and supposedly Candus. I'm pretty sure it was actually Candus. But it says Hun, some I can't, and Candus. I'm pretty sure she meant Hunter there, but some people she could be saying Hun, but the way she said some, S-U-M, you know, makes sense that H-U-N would be Hunter. So she's Candus is supposedly telling Ziggy V right here in a Facebook message, what happened the day Summer went missing. And she said, Hunter, Summer, and I. Well, I'll say it the exact way it said. I, and Candus was planting flowers right before she went missing. We came right to the camper, had a piece of candy. Mom walked Summer halfway back home to see her brothers. And they said she went down to her room to play and she was gone. Mom helped me my knee brace out. Oh, straighten my knee brace out. 4 minutes at most. Said she had to go check on the kids in Summer. Yeah, a lot of that story is why I see it makes me uncomfortable when people like are stretching the truth even or lying just because they're afraid of looking like bad parents or something. I mean, their child's like missing. It's important to be very honest. And I have a hard time believing that she walked Summer halfway back to the house and went and checked on her and stuff, which is not, you wouldn't think that big a deal, but it is because why, if it's not true, then why is she saying it? It doesn't make sense to me. Besides, I mean, I guess if you wanted to make yourself, but why she's having even Candus say it, or what about that call that where what's her name overheard? I think it was Pam. Or she overheard. It was a few people that overheard Dawn on the phone or not on the phone. Was it on the phone? There were some workers over at their house at Dawn and Candus's. The workers, one of the volunteers claimed to have heard Dawn tell Candus and Candus that they needed to straighten out their story, their timeline. Yeah, not really a helicopter mom. Too many useless details, right? I'm sure they do want them to be specific because it's important. But if they came out the rip with this story, yeah, I would love to hear what they told. I would love to hear. I hope we get to see like what the discovery and stuff like that someday, because I want to know. I want to see like the police statements, like what they said, or any body cam footage. Do you think they have body cam footage? Probably not. That would be awesome.
Because Candus did state that Summer will always be close to her heart, and then all of a sudden she has a urn necklace around her neck. It's a little weird.
See that it is not an urn holder. Actually, probably somebody from YouTube sent them. I think when the decision of the boys is made where they go, then you think so? Yeah, exactly. Why the misdirection? A Coke holder.
I love snuggles.
So you're
I love to
you're
snuggle.
a snuggler, huh?
I'm a snuggler.
Okay.
So I'm not getting as much love, and so summer comes and she wants to, you know, just kind of love on me, and I just, yeah, it was a good connection. She just wanted extra love and attention. I mean, and I think she just needed some extra love, and I think that she did, and she just found that in me. Yeah, just the desire to love and be loved. I mean, it's just, I'm a real simple person. I just like to be snuggled and loved, and she did too.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking was the connection. That, and I just love children in general.
Right.
I do. And if a little child wants to.
Personally, I just take her, the ramblings, just a nervous thing, honestly, because it's similar to some like what I do. And it's a nervous habit. She's talking to Chris McDonough for the first time. She's being filmed. And yeah, and it was for YouTube for the first time, wasn't it? Like, well, for another creator. Something at a funeral sparked your reaction or plans. Yeah, she's pretty. And she says one of her theories is someone followed them back from the swimming area, and they place had been a known place for pedos for a couple years now. They said that area of where they were swimming at had been known for those type of people. I didn't go to that area the last time I was there, but I've been there, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. I don't know about that, but I'm not a local, so. Yeah, well, that is a good point. How did she know that? What would make her say that? Yeah, now she does have Jody Sue already does have like a reputation for being not very, or kind of being nosy, and being one that likes attention, even negative attention. That's why Jody Sue, Don may have been at home or working, we don't know. Yeah, that's true. They are everywhere. Oh, we just had a girl. You guys remember when that girl that was, she only got 6 months, guys. By the way, update on the girl. I'm pretty sure she only got 6 months. The one from my area who dropped off her little boy at the side of the road. Remember? And I was saying, like, when they put out her address, I'm like, oh my God, she was like 2 blocks away from me. Let's see, Shelbyville. abandoned son. Yep, just to 6 months. She was only sentenced to 6 months. Heather Atkins, 33 of Shelbyville, will spend 6 months at River City Correctional Center, where she'll undergo mental health and substance abuse treatment. You guys remember that lady? Yeah. 6 months. Took her son to a completely different state and just dropped him off on the side of the road, and he's autistic. It's Tim Caleb, it's I think it's a nervous thing.
The hug on me, bring it on. I'm all about it, you know. I mean,
I don't want to.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back.
Oh, here we go, guys. You guys were wanting to hear that. Okay. For the okay, maybe we should. This is a call between me and Don, and his sister's also on the phone. Sonia, yeah, one of his, I think it's real sister, actually. I was about to say step, but it's real sister. And this is here in a second, you'll hear the part that people were asking me about, if he was talking about me, when he mentioned about what would you do if your daughter that you just got back.
I did not stand it when I was younger. Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yes, I would.
She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head.
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point.
We have another problem too. One thing I just remembered that Fred said, well, I was there this last time. That kind of took me off guard because I don't remember him saying that. I haven't heard anybody else say this because I was under the impression Summer's head was shaved only once. But which this can make things very complicated. She's very young, so she was growing at an age where she would grow very quickly. So I don't know how easily they could have used like old photos of her to say, oh, this happened on the 15th. I don't know. Could that picture in the back seat actually be from a different day? And some of these, according to Fred, they shaved her head several times. Or no, it was either Fred or Laura. That they said her head was shaved several times because of lice. Really, Lola? Hey, Sherry. They look like siblings. Yeah, I can see why you say that, Ethril, because they have that. They both have that overly happy type vibe. But I don't get Dotson or Dobson or Dobbs, flute playing guy. That's Dotson or what's his name? David Dotson or Dobson. I think it's Dob. Or is it D-O-B or D-O-T? He is a little bit more, he's more creepy than her. What? She does not look like Dawn Wells. You think so? No. It probably was Dee Dee with that one.
Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. You know, I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning, but I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, you know, and I feel for them. And we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard, and she's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back. Date with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, you know, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. I mean, because we just try to be around good people. I mean,
about us, but we love our children with everything we have. We've never went without, thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband. He's always provided for us and has worked as much as he could. That's my baby, and nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around, ever.
And I think she really loved to be in church because she felt a lot of love there. And
when
women that were...
She come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
Any woman that was professional, that
was pretty,
yeah,
beautiful.
she looked up to those kind of women. She, you know, they were the word I'm looking for, I can't think of it, but she looked up to them. She could pull herself up on that swing, her full body weight with her two hands, and she could do that. None of the other boys can do that, but she can. None of the other boys can do that, but she can.
Was she?
I just never expected for anyone to get a hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I mean, I'd do anything to have her back. If there's any way, if you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go, and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her, and you know, and us, and her brothers. And she's such a loving, good spirit. Please, please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. My biggest fear is, you know, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something, because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her.
I do definitely. I see I do see, I do think he is genuinely upset by almost, I don't know whether it's regret or, you know, like, I don't know, but I do think there's sadness or from somewhere. And it did look, I mean, a little bit like Candus was tearing up, but it was weird how Candus kind of like, I don't know, the way she looked when he was saying, you know, when he was talking about them not hurting her, please don't hurt her, and I do anything to get her back. It was almost, to me, sounds like I do anything to get her back, like almost regret, like I'm so sorry, I wish I didn't do that, I could, you know, would like to go back. But that's just my opinion, like I said. The first time you went to Tennessee, she said something about someone telling you she died the Saturday before the 15th. Who was she talking about? Oh, she was trying to say Fred Hill. I mean, I do think Candus is on something on this, but I can't say I blame her. So I try not to judge, because if my child was missing, I'm sure I'd be on something. This was pretty soon after. This one was her first interview. Yeah, she was trying to make Andy. She was trying to make Fred look bad. Anything to paint him as, you know, mentally unstable, not, you know, out there, crazy. Yeah, she really, to me though, she's crazier. Fred is just like, I don't know. He's quiet. She's crazy and freaking shows it easily. Angie girl, I think a lot of them do. It's weird. The KKK has come up several times in conversations down there in Tennessee when I've been down there. I don't know about the others, but that have been there, but I would be curious to know their experience. It has, I mean, they have definitely seems like there is a KKK branch in that area, or, I mean, because it's so weird how so many people are talking about the KKK and stuff. Yeah, they didn't like him. That was what was the guy's names in that video? I forget what it was. Fred told me their issue with him. Oh yeah, they had. I guess they got in an argument. Fred and them or one of them, or I think he had a problem with both of them, but especially one of them. I trained their horses and both of their horses, but I think the guy driving is the one that he claims. He says that they ripped him off, and I guess he got shitty with them about it or whatever. And Fred is definitely one that somebody would take advantage of easily because he's so nice. But he thinks that those guys took advantage of him and, didn't pay him for what he was due and stuff. So according to Fred, that's his story. Pop-up clan meeting. I kind of felt Michelle D. I kind of felt like yes, I kind of do feel like she was afraid to say the wrong thing. I do feel like that. Or afraid he's going to say the wrong thing. Wasn't Dawn's arm around her while she was talking? I could just see him, his arm around and just tapping her, like, having a signal for, hey, shut the fuck up. What were they doing on BK's Live? You think she's covering for Andy? Oh, I think that there was trouble in Paradise around the time Summer went missing, and why they separated just at that unique time is strange. But think about it. Think of the things like couples would break up for, like because of, if they were involved in something to do with some kind of ring or whatever, and they helped in the situation, then I'm sure it caused a lot of, fights between them. I'm sure they were probably stressing each other the F out. I'm guessing. Can you imagine sitting there? I think that they both have to be involved, Judy Sue and Andy. I think it'd have to be both, not just one, because the one who isn't guilty would definitely talk on the other. I know Jody Sue definitely would. Something on each other. Oh yeah. It's like she either told him everything and he has to cover, or she told him nothing and it's like she either told him everything and he has to cover, or she told him nothing and he's just like Mom, just tell them what Dad did. Really? Wow. My gosh. Are you talking about? You're talking about Jody Sue? Had anybody else heard this? Did anybody else hear this happen where Jody Sue's daughter was crying and saying, Mom, just tell them what Dad did? Oh, yes. Yes. Didn't that we were just talking about something. That came up in a case recently where we were talking about, now I can't think of who it was. Which case was that? About Lori Vallow? Well, they were married. That's not why they got married, though. But that is a good point, though. But it might be too obvious. You never heard of that before? Yeah, it's. I guess in some states, if you're married, you can get out of testifying against your spouse. Because I don't know, I'm guessing they look at a couple as one. I don't. So there's a drug enterprise. Yeah, I do feel like this is a drug and a drug ring and a other type of ring, if you know what I mean. So Jody Sue is definitely not empathetic. I mean, I've seen her cry, but I've never seen her like really have much feeling bad for somebody else. You know, it's always on herself and what they're. Only time I've seen her cry was when she's talking about Andy, I think. She went back and deleted it. Yeah, the reason why you guys haven't seen her, I bet she's not staying there because Jody Sue, and I would like to know why. I don't know if anybody knows why. I'm sure somebody knows why. Why is she not staying in that freaking camper anymore? Well, she might now. She might have moved right back to it now that it's out there that she wasn't staying in there. Because she had moved to a freaking shed, like a 8x10 shed, according to Fred, and which is on the same property across the street from where she has that dog penned up, around that area. But surely she doesn't have her daughter in there with her and want a room with, you know, as she's like smoking 3 packs a day in that enclosed room or enclosed shed. Spousal privilege. Without turning on each other. Yeah. Wasn't her mother living in the shed? What's wrong with the house? What? Her mom, where is it? I don't think her mom even lives on the property at all, does she? Her background on her lives look like a shed. Yep. That's what she's staying at. Well, she was, but I imagine she was doing that because she figured people, she's a paranoid type person. I mean, she talks about people like harassing her and her kids all the time. I mean, I went by there and honked, like, just to be silly, but I don't think she probably has had an incident or two, but I don't think it's like what she's saying. Oh, yes, she did move into this shed. Oh, she could have moved because that's true, Pearl Strand. She could be afraid about that guy because he's getting out. He just got out of rehab. Yeah, and she definitely was for sure in a shed at one time, like a while back. I think that's a fact, right? I mean, I heard about her staying in a shed a while back, but I mean, that's fine. That's cool. It's whatever. She could stay in a shed. It's fine. But I just worry. The daughter is still underage. I have her land shed video. Sister said not her land. Or, oh, how do you know dogs are better? That's what I thought so too, Sheba, but I know exactly. She was raising money to move, but Just like Cher raised money to freaking get married, didn't happen. She should really talk. She tried to spread a rumor saying that I was trying to auction off Athena. Excuse me? Come again? Aren't you the one that had a GoFundMe about to get married and never did it? Oh. Or what about the GoFundMe for your teeth? Definitely did not. My daughter said she would literally kill me if I got rid of Athena's or gave. So, yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen. But she raised money to go to Georgia. Oh, and didn't go. Yeah, I knew there was one other thing that she raised money for. Dogs are better. Are you a local? Did she actually get her daughter to bed? Buried on that property. Well, who was it that was saying that also? I feel like Fred was saying that he thinks that she's up there now on that property. Yeah, get charged with animal abuse. Exactly. That's the type of stuff that makes me mad, is when I see stuff that's just completely false. But I mean, I'm starting to be able to. You get used to it after, slowly but surely, kind of used to it. But they haven't gone back. They think that she could have been moved back, is what the thing is. Oh, and I guess, so there was a incident with I wish I had that recorded with Fred. I'm going to have to re-ask him. I guess that there was an incident, according to Fred, about law enforcement or something with searches and about information getting out about where they were searching, and something happened where okay, guys, here's something that I remember Fred saying that has never been mentioned before that I know of. Like I said, I haven't been paying attention lately, but Fred said that so that area over off of Fields Road, Fields and Bells Road, where that other property is of the Bernards, or Andy, whatever. Because they have another property. The Bernards own another property down over on Fields Road that's actually been searched, and it's been focused on very heavily by law enforcement. And I've had that confirmed by a lot of people, that that's a definite area of interest for some reason. Well, according to Fred, the law enforcement he said law enforcement found a shallow grave, and claimed that she had been moved. Quite the claim. Over on Andy's, that other property, they said that they found what looked like was a freshly dug grave area, and nothing was there. It looked like she had been moved. And what's weird about that is that with Andy, according to Fred, Andy went down to that property and hadn't been there in a year. The night Summer went missing. He was talking to Fred about how there was like this little road or something or pathway up to his house, and Fred said that pathway has been gone a year. But Andy, on the night that Summer went missing, was sitting there complaining about that pathway being gone because he had just gone to that property that day. And then, according to Fred, there was a area found that looked like it could have been a shallow grave. I'm gonna have to have him tell. I need to get hit that. See, who knows what else I freaking forgot. But there wasn't that much that was new. I'm just so mad that didn't get recorded. But Fred knows a lot. I don't know. I forget how he worded it. That's why I need him to word it. I need him to say how he knew about it, and because it would make more sense. He talked about again how they were just talking to him or talking law enforcement, like the different agencies were just kind of talking about the case, like right in front of him, like he was one of them, he said. And he said it was awkward because he's like, I don't know. He claimed that there was a shallow or something that looked like a shallow grave that was found near that property. I don't know. That's something to follow up on and see if anybody can find anything else on that. See if anybody else knows about it. He said there was something about a dug up area that looked like it could have been a grave area or some place that something or someone was buried and she was moved. But I need to write while I'm thinking I'm going to message. So I want to remember to. Yeah, let's hear. I want to get it straight from Fred because he's told me that he would be better about messaging me back. So hopefully I can somehow. I gave them each a phone, like one of my old phones. So hopefully now maybe we can get his actual voice. Yeah, but they didn't share it. I think it was something overheard or something. I don't know. He's gonna have to explain. But you guys also got to remember that he wore a wire on Dawn for law enforcement, and that was a couple day thing. So he was around law enforcement a lot for a few days. But I don't want to talk too much on it because I want to put it in exactly how Fred. Oh yeah, they definitely search over there. I remember, and people were saying that he was going to get his stash. They might have brought. Oh, that might have been Yeah, see, we need to ask him about if they brought dogs there too. I think he did say something about that. Well, I just am going to take Fred's word for it as far as for me until I catch him in a lie, like straight out lie, which I've never ever caught him in a straight out lie. And I just don't imagine him just, there has to be something to it, but I want to hear where he hurt. I want to get the story from him. He's the one that found Kaylee Anthony. He is now suing Casey Anthony in Echo Search, Texas. Really? Roy Kronk. Around that time, a guy came to your channel saying firemen or someone local was telling she was found. Do you remember his name? That's interesting, Pitts Mom. I'll get to look into that. Why do it? Hey, G Crime. Everybody. Had him in a video, the one about Leslie. Well, guys, I do have to go. I need to also, I need to put up the rest of my videos. Like when I hid my channel that time, for some reason, YouTube doesn't have a make all public video. You can only, the most you can make public at a time is 50. And it's like, you have to go through every single page. So I'll make the rest of them public today. And then you have to sit there. You can't change pages until those change over. Man, if I I'm so tired about hearing about David Cohen. I don't know. You guys got me curious about whatever that is, but I won't bore you with it again because I don't understand that whole thing. People were trying to explain it to me. Supposedly it was David and Gigi, but I don't know. Yeah, probably G Crime because I'm about to get out of here. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Everybody have a great night. Does anybody have work off tomorrow for Martin Luther King Day? Gosh, it's already midway through January, and we still haven't had like a big snow. We haven't had any snow really, except one time. And it was only a few inches. I'm not complaining, but it's just strange. Whoever he is, they're going down. All of their stuff has been sent to Italy. Whomever who is. Oh, and what did he do? All wrenches were Sherry, I could give you back your wrench. All wrenches were, every single one was taken at one time, and so I just started over just because of some stuff that was happening. You don't know what they did besides troll creator? Oh, thank you, Sherry. All right, guys. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Talk to you later.